Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition, The Headlines. Swearing in of a new member of the Constitutional Council. Somali president claims Israel seeks to use Somaliland to attack in Palestine. Another international scene accusation against Israel force of expanding their zone of control in Gaza after the ceasefire. Those were the headlines. Welcome to the national news. The new member of Jewish Constitutional Council were sworn in this morning at the presidential place before the President of the Republic, Sexton Getty. The three new members admitted to the Constitutional Council are Ms. Mariam Ahmed Gumani, Ms. Mr. Ali Farah Hassoui, and Ms. Bilal Mohammed Ali. This swearing in ceremony marks the entry into office within this high institution. The Constitutional Council is responsible for ensuring the conformity of laws with the Constitution, the principal legal form. The Premier status also stems from its process of arbitration and the allocation of power to the various branches of government, executive, legislative, and judicial within their respective area of competence. Their appointment reinforces the essential mission of the Constitutional Council to body responsible for ensuring the conformity of laws with the Constitution, the cornerstone of the national legal order. Following their swearing in ceremony, the member of the Constitutional Council held their first meeting with the President of the Republic, His Excellency Getty. During this meeting, they discussed the importance of the role as a guardian of the Constitution and guarantors of the legality and also transparency of the legislative process. The Constitutional Council also occupies a preeminent position in the country's institutional balance, ensuring that everyone exercises their powers in accordance with the constitutional within constitutional principle. This where his in his ceremony reflected the importance the Republic of Djibouti plays on consolidating the role of law and preserving the Republic's values. And also, Somalia condemned Israel Foreign Ministry's entry into Hargeisa without authorization. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Federal Republic of Somalia strongly condemned the entry of the Israeli Foreign Minister into Hargeisa without authorization. Emphasized that the city is an integral part of the sovereignty and territory of the Federal Republic of Somalia. In a statement, the ministry affirmed that this act constituted a serious violation of Somali's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political unity, and represent an acceptable interference in the internal affairs of sovereign state and member of the United Nations. The statement reiterated that Hargeisa is an integral part of the internationally recognized Somali territory, clarified that any official presence, contact, or activity conducted on Somalia territory without the explicit consent of the Somali federal government is illegal, null and void, has no legal basis. Somali president asserts that he seeks to use Somaliland to host Palestine and reject of infringement on his country's sovereignty. For more detail in this report.
The president of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, has firmly rejected any attempt to use Somali territories, including the region known as Somaliland, to host or relocate Palestinians. He warned that such plans will threaten Somalia's sovereignty and regional stability. In media statement, the Somali leader said Israel's recognition of Somaliland is linked to broader political and strategic goals. He stressed that using Somaliland as an alternative location for Palestinians is unacceptable morally, legally, and politically. President Mahmoud emphasized that Somalia will not take part in any plan to resettle Palestinians. He noted that the Palestinian people have the right to remain on their own land and that the Palestinian issue cannot be solved by forced relocation or by exporting the conflict to other regions. He also condemned what he described as a direct violation of Somalia's unity and territorial sovereignty. He warned that such actions could bring Middle East tension to the Horn of Africa, a region already facing significant security challenges. Finally, the president assured that Mogadishu will continue diplomatic efforts to defend the country's territorial integrity and called on the international community to respect international law, state sovereignty, and the fundamental rights of peoples.
Somali Foreign Minister speaks by phone in Indonesia with Indonesian counterpart and reaffirming support for Somali sovereignty on United Mr. Abdisalam Abdi Ali, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Federal Republic of Somalia, held a telephone conversation on Monday with Minister Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, a friendly country. The discussion focused on strengthening bilateral relations between the two countries and several issues of common interest. The minister then also emphasized the importance of respecting and supporting the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Somalia, the integrity of its territory and its national unity, reaffirming their commitment to the principle of international law and Charter of the United Nations, which are based on respect for the sovereignty of states and no interference in their international affairs. The Federal Republic of Somalia chaired the first Security Council meeting of 2026 at the United Nations headquarters in New York, marking the beginning of its January presidency. This inaugural meeting followed Somalia's acceptance of the Security Council presidency on January 1, 2026, in accordance with the monthly rotation mechanism among the 15 member states. As President Somalia led the proceeding, adopted the agenda and coordinating the discussion among the Council members. During this first meeting, the Security Council reviewed its program of work for the month, which included several issues related to the maintenance of international peace and security, as well as regional situations that are regularly included on the Council's agenda. And the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, in collaboration with the United Nations Environment Programme UNEP, organized a national stakeholders consultation workshop this morning at the Sheraton Hotel, dedicated to strengthen dialogue on environmental and sustainable development issues. The opening ceremony took place in the presence of Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, Mr. Dini Abdullah, several senior ministerial officials, representatives, and UNEP technical and financial partners, relevant public institutions, and civil society. This national workshop brought together all stakeholders to discuss current challenges related to environmental protection, combating climate change, sustainable management of natural resources, and promoting resilient inclusive development. In his opening remarks, the Secretary General stressed the importance of the strategic partnership between the Ministry of the Environment and United Nations Environment Programme, which actively contribute to the technical and institutional support of the country in the implementation of its environmental commitment. Djibouti railway workers recently held a major event that at Ela Hotel in support of candidacy of His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Magili, which marks a new era a cornerstone of the presence and light fishing. The railway workers mobilized they share, to show their appreciation and gratitude to the president of the Republic, Sansouan Gele, himself the son of the railway workers. Also present at the event was the Minister of Infrastructure and Equipment Hassan Ahmed Ibrahim, who delivered a speech of thanks and emphasized the importance of rail in economic development and regional integration.
xaligii allana haysta oo ugu horraysiiya kama hoosta xaajadu waxbana kama hallaabaane nin hadliyo nin hoos waxu wataba waa laga hadhay noo hiili maantana dadkaagii guuri waaye
A training session for primary school teachers in the Al Sabiha region was held on December 27, 2018 here at the Al Sabiha 2 schools. This initiative is part of ongoing effort to improve the quality of teaching and strengthening teachers' pedagogical skills. Over 2 days, participants engaged in interactive discussion, allowing them to share their experience analyze their teaching methods and explore a new avenue for improvement. Particular emphasis was placed on teaching writing and geometry to essential area in students' academic journey. Through collaborative work, teachers developed adapted teaching procedure and considered innovative approaches to enhance classroom learning. This training thus represents an important step in strengthening teaching practice and promoting education tolerant to the needs of learners in the region. The Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, in collaboration with the Regional Council and the Prefecture of Tachura, organized a workshop at the Hegadile Hotel to launch the revision of the National Biodiversity Strategy. This launch workshop held in Tachura is the first step in a long process to meet with all stakeholders in every region of the country in order to prepare a new inclusive biodiversity strategy. Indeed, the new National Biodiversity Strategy will be aligned with the objectives and targets of the new Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework and above all will support national development. In addition to this future biodiversity strategy, the Ministry of the Environment and Sustainable Development will develop, in collaboration with the technical and financial partners, a biodiversity financing plan using the POFIN methodology. During the discussion section, workshop representation presented the area of ecological importance, treating space and the priority, and also urging measures to be taken for the protection and preservation of the territorial region. Another regional international scene accusation against Israel for self-expanding their zone of control in Gaza after the ceasefire. For more detail in the report.
Israeli forces are accused of moving beyond the areas set by the U.S. brokered ceasefire. Residents in part of Gaza City say the military is now controlling more territory than agreed, causing concern and tension among locals. Under the ceasefire, Israeli forces were supposed to stay within limited zones, but recent reports indicate they now control more than half of Gaza, exceeding the terms of the deal. Palestinian officials warned that this expansion could worsen the humanitarian crisis and increase the suffering of civilians who already face restrictions on movement and access to essential services. International observers have also expressed concern that crossing the agreed boundaries could undermine the ceasefire and threaten peace efforts in the region. The international community continues to monitor the situation closely, urging all parties to respect the agreement and protect civilians and their fundamental rights.
That's it for this edition. Thanks for your attention and have a wonderful evening.